Welcome to the channel. This is Play Forth. Thank you for joining us. This is Claim the Stars, our Sci-Fi Savage Worlds campaign. Sorry for the short delay there. So we're jumping into our. I think this is episode 4. I've lost track. Maybe even episode 5. The player characters are deep in the laboratory, research and development laboratory of. Oh, my kids are screaming. That's the story of my life in the background. Kids are screaming in the background, but that's the way it goes. The player characters are deep in the research and development laboratory of Takis. Hey, I think that's Shaun. Shaun, can you mute your mic, please? Thank you. Players are deep in the research and development laboratory of Takis 3, trying to find the individual who is controlling the grubs and causing them to get aggressive. And can you hear the audio on stream?
Yeah, you can hear it on stream.
Okay. All right. Okay, good deal. Good deal. We got audio on stream. Okay. So, anyways, so we're deep in the laboratory, and they're trying to track down the individual who has been making the grubs go crazy and try to help out the Takis Defense Force, and they've tried to drive the individual, which is posing as a lab assistant for the research and development laboratory, and they've tried to drive this individual to the power grid to try to restore power to the bug lab. And in the process, they themselves are rushing back down to the bug lab to try to catch this person off guard while they run back to the bug lab in their haste. So the PCs right now are rushing down to the bug lab. So all of them are together right now. So right now, unfortunately, we are a couple of players down, unfortunately. So from this point on, Jason won't be with us right now. So, but Jason unfortunately can't play with us no more because of personal reasons. So we hate to see him go. But maybe after the holiday season we'll decide at a 5th player. So we'll decide at that point. But and Matt unfortunately can't be here because of Thanksgiving holiday plans with the family. So we're just going to find a reason to kind of slide him out of the story. So just for one night. And we kind of discussed it with him and kind of figured out a way to get him out of here. So just for one night. Anyways, but thank you everyone for being here. And so we'll go around and introduce the players, and while we're doing that, I'll hit the socials. And so if you guys can, why don't we just start with Jeremy, and I'll let Jeremy pass it on to Cliff, and let them kind of introduce themselves, and Cliff pass it on to Shaun, and Cliff, go ahead and while you got it, when your turn comes around, plug your own channel for me. So Jeremy, start us off and tell us who you're playing, buddy.
Okay, I am playing Levi Roosevelt, who is an elderly cowboy type, ex-security guard soldier kind of person who has apparently become the reluctant captain of this team. Also, his history of he is a clone of a prior iteration of a Levi Roosevelt, so that's interesting backstory kind of thing. From Palisadia, which is where a couple of characters are from, and we'll see if that ever comes back into things eventually. Anyway, Cliff, how about you?
I am playing Sir Aston Charles Hatcher Courtney, heir to the Brax Courtney fortune. He's a spoiled little rich kid that knows how to talk a good game, and can back himself up in certain situations, but he's more of the type that's going to try to talk his way out of a situation than to fight it out if he can. He's from Ilar, and he's kind of in this mix here, trying to help his family business get back into the black. So he sort of reluctantly has joined this group here that is more on, like a charity mission, helping people out, and he's helping them out more for his own benefit than anything. But I feel like he's starting to assimilate well with the group, so he's starting to feel like he's in it a little bit. But yeah, so that's him. And then per Shane, he told me to do this. I also stream Dungeons and Dragons content on Thursdays. I have my own game going on with the Homebrew World at twitch.tv/quests and cliffhangers. So we do that every Thursday, and we'll be doing it on Thanksgiving even. So if you're bored on Thanksgiving and you want to check something out, 8:00 Eastern, we'll be live there having some fun. And I'll pass it on to Shaun.
All right. Awesome. So I'm playing Spencer Witt. He is the team's psionicist. He is also a teenager. He stowed away on the ship that we are currently on, and is sort of become a part of the crew, who's sort of substituting for the family he doesn't have. Part of his history is he is on the run from the Tanu Klava, it's like an organized crime group, who was formerly using him for his psionic abilities. He ran away from the Tanu Klava and got a bunch of them turned into law enforcement. So they currently are not aware that he did that, or that he didn't get arrested along with all of them. So if that were ever to come to light, it would be very, very bad for Spencer. So that's it for me.
Yes, it would be very, very bad for him. So
I got to give him that kind of ammo.
Yeah, and you did give that kind of ammo.
I actually have the
Yes.
I have the like disadvantage, or what is it? The hindrance, excuse me, secret.
Yes, yes, yeah, and the knives and stuff appropriate, and then Aston Courtney had to run off and go make friends with them. So, which I thought was
which I
delightful.
overheard.
Yes, yes, and I intentionally actually made that encounter go cordially for that very reason. Like, I hoped that scene would go cordially for that reason. Like, I did not want that to go to gunfighting. So, for that reason. So, I was just giddy when it went peacefully. So, and I wanted it to all play out on camera. So that, like, Dr. Jack Breach would see it all, and then you would see it all, and then, like, it was just, I enjoyed it immensely. So, but, so now we jump into the scene with all 5 of you running together down the hallways of the R&D lab, straight on down towards the basement level, okay? And you've probably gone about, probably twists and turns and everything, you've probably gone about 150 meters from where you were originally, and then you suddenly start hearing klaxons. And if you've ever seen something like Stargate, you're aware of what I'm talking about. Like, you see, like, big, like, lights in the corners of the hallways and stuff like that start flashing and klaxons going off. And you realize at this point that all the doors, specifically behind you, start slamming shut. Now, I want the 3 of you to, well, actually tell me, like, what do you do in reaction to seeing that your path behind you out seems to be shutting down behind you, slamming shut behind you? What is your reactions to this?
How close to one of these shutting doors might I be?
How close are you to one of these shutting doors?
Yes.
You are in a hallway, and you're about as far away from one as you can be. You got one like on the far hall, like that you're trying to run to, and you got the far hall, like that you just came from.
Okay.
And we're talking about split second decisions here.
Yeah, I was gonna try to like take my gun and jam it, while the door was closing, so it couldn't close all the way. But if I'm not near a door,
Nope, not near one.
yeah. So my backup action would be to call our hacker friend.
Dale.
His name.
Yes, Dale.
Doors unlocked or opened.
Yep. You can call him on the comm link, sure.
Yeah. What was his name?
Dale.
Dale. Like, Dale, it's Spencer. Why are all these doors closing on us?
He says, I don't know. I don't know. She must have taken back control of the system.
Well, can you override it? I'm like, we are stuck here. And
he says, I can't hear you. All in the mic, you hear swishing. The swishing sound is getting close to you guys. Like the doors are getting close. If you guys don't act soon, you're about to get locked out.
Okay. Run. I just start running.
What about you guys?
Yeah. So I'm going to be running to, remember we had that little turret mounted on a chair.
Yes.
All right.
So
okay.
I'm going to make sure that the gun is ready and we're going to keep moving forward.
All right.
Keeping a...
Are you pushing the chair or on the chair?
I think I was on the chair being pushed.
You were being pushed.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll say that Matt's pushing you. All right. Okay. All right.
And
all
then
right, so
I
this
was
is what
trying to keep a special eye out. Never mind. Never mind.
All right. Okay. This is what I need from all three of you then. I need athletics rolls. Well, you don't actually, Aston. You're on the ride. You're riding. Okay.
Woo.
All right. So Levi and Spencer, I need both of you to make athletics rolls. Wow, look at you. Okay, so you're leading the way, Levi. All right, so you've got the lead. So Shaun, so this is what happens. So, all right, so unfortunately, Jack starts trailing behind all of you as the doors start just shuddering and getting closer to you all, and Matt's pushing this chair as best he can, and he says, "We need to use this gun. We need to get this gun with us. It's going to be really effective against her if she's not human." And the door is shuddering. He says, "I'm not going to be effective in a fight. This is the best chance you guys have." And he takes the chair and gives it one last heave. And unfortunately, he slips and falls as he pushes the chair. But he tries to keep up with you guys after the fall. So, and he has a hard time keeping up. And the last set of shutters, he gets caught behind one of the doors. All right. At this point, you guys see that there's apparently some kind of mist or spray coming in the shuttered doors. The sections of the shuttered off doors.
Like now where we're at, but like where we came from?
Yes, in the shuttered off sections. Unfortunately, you guys don't have time to stop. So, Matt, because he has the comm links and PDD and all that kind of stuff, he gets in the comm links and he says, "It's okay. It's okay. It's just decontamination spray. Keep going."
Okay.
Basically, she triggered a lockdown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get behind the chair and keep pushing it.
All right. You got enough athletics roll, then I will definitely not require you to roll again. You keep chugging Cliff on. So keep chugging Aston on. All right. So you guys get eventually to a point where there's an intersection, like a cross intersection, and you no longer have to shut like rush anymore because apparently the shuttering stops. and there's odd quiet.
And do they go radio silent? Jack and why can't I think of Matt's character's name?
Jack doesn't have a communicator, but Matt says,
Arthur.
"Did you guys make it?" Yeah, Arthur says, "Did you guys make it?"
Well, everything stopped, if that's what you mean.
He says, "We still hear klaxons on this side."
So they were specifically trying to separate us.
I think she triggered a lockdown. Look, I'm gonna see if I can get these doors to unlock. You guys need to continue on. I'll be no good in the fight anyways.
Do you see the doctor near you anyway?
He says, "We got separated. I'm gonna try to open the doors between me and him."
Well, the two of you make sure that you're staying on your best as you can, because we don't have our doctor and we don't have our scientist.
Yeah, well, I'm not really good at killing anything, so probably best that all of you guys took this on anyways.
Find the doctor and you two get out.
Yeah, we need to help Dale anyways, probably.
Like, hey, Levi, look, man, I don't know a lot about this, like, war shit, but this happened to me in a video game one time, and what's got me a little bit concerned right now is shit goes sideways. We have no way of retreating. All the doors are locked. So if we need to run away, we're kind of screwed.
You are correct, son. Sounds like you volunteered to figure out how to open the next door. Get on that.
Yeah.
So, where we're standing at right now, what do we see in the compartment we're in?
You're at a T intersection, but one of the intersections is locked off, and you see at the intersection you see a passageway to the right, and you see on the left you see a stairwell down that says it says on the signs on the holo sign it says the only readout that really matters to you is an arrow that says to power grid. So you suspect that she's already heading that way. But the other passage says to grub research and development.
I'm gonna look back at Levi. So, Captain, do we go to the power room or do we go to the grub lab?
Well, we lost our scientist who was going to try and do something with the bugs. It'd be great to know if this were the only way to get between the two sections, because then we could just stay here and try and ambush her.
Don't we have a map?
Yeah, do we? I don't remember.
You do.
Sweet. Is this the only way?
Unfortunately, it was on a digital readout. Did one of you happen to have a device that you could read it on, like a PDD? Because I think Arthur was reading it on his PDD.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I think that the doctor had, because I think Dale gave it to him directly. Either way, we're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, accurate.
You can make a smarts roll to see if you recall the map in detail.
Okay.
Sure. While I'm doing that too, Shane, can you reset the adventure cards?
Oh, yes. Yeah, let me reset Benny's and adventure cards, actually. Good call. Let's do that.
5. Benny's added to GM Benny.
Why is
Shit, I totally wanted the adventure
Why
card.
don't you give me 5? Oh, because, hold on. Let me actually fix that. Because there's 5 in the party. Let me take those out. I'll just have to add them back. There we go. Thank you for pointing that out. Apparently,
I was just being an ass.
It has no. Well, apparently it doesn't. It has to do with who's in the party sheet, not who's in the active players. So I have to remember to keep taking people out of the party sheet.
Interesting.
Yeah, which makes sense. But okay, so who got good on the smarts rolls? Okay, so I will say that. I'll say that both Spencer and Aston both recall the map well enough to ask me certain questions about it if they need answers to things. So depends on how obscure the question is, but
So with us running in the direct path that we were headed in, I'm just gonna guess from the path that we were headed that like this really would be like the main trunks to get to where we were headed to, no matter what.
If you're heading to the bug research and development, yes, you just need to turn right here, and you will be able to follow signs and get there. But I think Levi's question was, is there another way from here on the map to get to the power grid? Was that your question, Levi?
Yes.
There's from the map, if you remember correctly, there was at least two ways to get to the power grid that you recall. So it's possible she could take another route.
Check. Okay, guys. Do we want to go explore this bug lab and try and roll the gun down that way? Because I don't think it's going to go down these stairs very well if we just try to head her way.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the chair and the stairs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of need it. Is there any way, so can I just make a general notice roll? Because my character's thinking, or, Spencer's thinking that if this is there should be a wall or a plaque somewhere with the layout of the building on the wall somewhere where it's like, you are here, here's all the exits and stuff like that. Just kind of like flyers or...
This is probably a good place for it, I guess. But yeah, it wouldn't be very super detailed. But
okay.
But
yeah, it's not going to be like the entire facility, probably just our floor or something like that.
But yeah, sure. What are you wanting from it, though? You already made the smarts roll to navigate around.
Oh, yeah. Well, I already made the smarts roll, but I was just going to see if there was anything more detailed or it had...
Because usually those things are for people who don't work in a place. So they're usually not that detailed. They're like to tell you where your, where your interview is. That sort of thing.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess we already know what we need.
So, if you want something specific, I can tell you probably since you made your smarts roll.
Let's head down to the bug lab then and see if there's a good place to try and set an ambush there.
Well, I guess my question is, if she was in the bug lab, could she have tampered with the bugs and we're walking into a trap?
Possibly, but that would mean she was expecting someone to come after her. And what would be the motivation there? Like, unless she's trying to trap someone other than us, obviously she would. There's no reason for us to be here.
Well, you've already seen dead bodies galore everywhere, so she's been defending this place from people. So,
but I mean, like,
just want to remind you of that. That's all I want to point out.
But we were good enough in our pursuits that, to our knowledge, we weren't discovered coming into the building and getting this far.
No, you weren't. You weren't discovered until the hacker started hacking things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And then are we still radio silent?
You guys have been talking like crazy on your radios. Your
Well, I mean, like
communicators.
Dale. We can't hear Dale still.
Oh, no, you haven't been talking to Dale. No.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm open to other ideas, but
No, I don't think that we have one. So just grab the turret even tighter.
start rolling him down to the right.
Quick reminder for myself, did you have a task for Dale that he was working on?
Trying to get the doors open was the last thing I mentioned to him.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Try to not do the exact thing that just happened to us.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Now, so to the grub lab. Okay. So you guys head on down to the grub lab. And at a certain point, when you get close to the grub lab, you start seeing more bodies. You get to a hallway. Well, area where there starts to be more offices and stuff prior to getting to the lab itself. More cubicles, that sort of things. You believe you've gotten to more of a clerical office, and you see more bodies of what you believe are tactical defense force soldiers, and you believe this is where they got their deepest at one point into the facility. And here at this point, you realize that it looks like there were multiple explosions that went off. But they appear to be, well, actually make notice rolls. Anyone who wants to, anyone who's trained in notice, I'd say can make them. Wow. Okay, I'll say notice. I'll say that Spencer's the one who spots this. It looks like the explosions were small, very pinpoint explosions that went off, and none of the bodies are like dismembered or anything, but they definitely weren't penetrated by bullets and such. They were definitely killed by small explosions, and you can see black guts in the region, and you can see black specks, similar to what you saw out in the around the cement pits in the around the grub farms, and there's at certain points where the Tactics Defense Force agents, their bodies are so piled up that like it's almost hard to walk through without having to climb across bodies.
So there's black guts everywhere and small explosions.
Was she sending the grubs out with explosions?
That's what I was thinking.
What? As if this wasn't bad enough. Disgusting.
Like, I think we need to rethink my earlier statements about us walking into a shitstorm. Now would probably be a good time for us to leave.
Have you gotten that door open yet, then?
Dale responds and says,
Oh, no. I'm asking the kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm looking around for like a computer console.
Yeah, I was going to say, the kid doesn't have any device to hack with.
I know.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the
That's
room
my
I can
point.
use? Is there anything I can use in the room?
You're in a hallway right now. You want to go into one of the clerical offices? Sure. You can go into find a computer. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take up defensive. I'm rolling the turret chair around into a defensive position.
You go into the clerical office and the power grid's off.
Oh, right.
No, actually, no. You turned off the power grid in the bug lab. So, no, these computers are functional. So,
Okay.
so you boot up the computer, and so you have to log in, unfortunately, to the R&D lab. So
Mhm.
you're unfortunately met by a login screen. So do you have a device in which to like bypass the login screen? Do you have a jack in device or something like that, or like a? I mean, that's the problem with not having a cyber deck or something.
Okay.
You know, so
I just kind of like root around on the desk. Maybe somebody wrote down a password and left.
just,
Always write that shit down. And then you leave it under your keyboard.
yeah. You can make a hacking roll, but I'm gonna say it's at like a -4.
Here, I actually like that idea. So,
What do you got? What do you got?
how do you play this? Drag it out.
Got
There
a
we
card
go.
for this?
So there's a little sticky pad. Just a singular sticky note hanging on one of the monitors with the login and password on it.
Oh my god. Oh
Or
my
somebody's ID
god.
badge, you like flip it over and there's their.
For some reason,
So-
I can't open it. Oh, it's because I probably don't have the adventure cards.
It says, play instead of rolling to automatically succeed a trait roll with a single raise.
Oh, nice. Oh, I see where it says it. Play instead of rolling to automatically succeed at a trait roll with a single raise. Nice.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Okay. So Aston, what did he find now? Sorry.
He's all looking around for everything, like on the desk and scrambling through. And I just walk over, and there's just a sticky note right on the monitor itself. And I just
On the
peel it off
monitor.
and just
It's like the
type in
laziest
the
clerical
numbers, hit
worker.
enter, and give it to him.
Nice. Okay. All right. Very cool.
Like perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Okay.
We're
All
off
right.
to a great start.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice. Okay. So you gotta get into the clerical computer. All right.
Okay.
Now, what do you do?
Okay. So I want to open doors. Anything that would clear a path for us to get out of here. Because Spencer has, I mean, there's dead bodies everywhere. He wants out. Like, this is bullshit. We have a ship.
Once containment protocols are beginning, the containment protocols can't be overridden for 4 hours. Basically, like a security protocol, it can't be overridden. There's no way to override it. It's basically just like this. It's basically just like this, like what do you call it, like a EPA or like a defense procedure.
Quarantine kind of
Can't
thing.
be. It's quarantine. You cannot override it. It's not even controllable. Can't even hack it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all
But you
right,
can do
well,
other things from the computer.
Okay. I'm like, well, Captain, we are stuck here for 4 hours because this place has been locked down. It's like a security protocol.
Can you
Good.
access
That means
security
she can
feed?
get out.
Yay, we're trapped in here with the crazy.
You can pull up cameras maybe or something and see if
Yeah,
you can find
yeah.
bugs maybe.
Yeah. So I'm
You
like,
know,
great. We're
and see
in
if
here.
your fears are validated maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can see anything near the power grid to see if she's moved there. And if not, try to see if she's still inside of the lab.
Sure. You want to do that?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. Sure. All right. So make a notice roll because you're gonna have to look and like tap through like numerous camera feeds. So it's basically just gonna be you tapping away at the arrow keys, basically thumbing through numerous cameras until you see someone that looks like a lab assistant
Okay.
moving around on camera feeds.
You guys went in on this. Like, I guess you probably looking.
Yeah, you
over
can
my
make sport rolls, basically all of you staring at the screen together, basically looking for something.
I wanted to look through some of the dead bodies and see if there's any sort of
Oh, whoops.
portable electronic device that would help him in the future.
Help Shaun
Or in the
in
near
the future?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Alright.
I mean, that can wait.
Sure. Okay. Okay, well, Aston, if he's supporting you, he gave you a +2. Sorry, a +1. But unfortunately, you got a -2. So, you failed Why'd you get a minus? Oh,
Oh,
you're not trained
so
in.
that was an accident. Remember you said I had a -4 on my hacking roll?
Oh, you
That
just
was
still had it in there.
I didn't clear it.
Oh,
I can
well,
roll
you
it.
still would have rolled a 2, so you still would have
Yeah.
failed. But
The
with this
-2, I
plus,
think, is my encumbrance.
you still failed, unfortunately. Oh, you got a -2. Why you got encumbrance penalty?
Because I'm carrying that rifle, I think.
Oh,
Put it on the chair.
Yeah, I
Roll it.
know.
Carry it.
all right. With the
Wait.
rifle gone, you succeed. Wait, why would you get encumbrance penalty for a smarts
That's the
roll?
only thing I can
I'm thinking
think of. I'm
only.
not carrying anything else. I remember talking that the rifle requires a certain minimum strength of D6.
Yeah, I didn't think it applied to smarts rolls though. I thought it was just agility skill rolls.
Yeah, it's not showing any negatives for encumbrance.
Yeah, I think you
the
just
-4
rolled
was just you
badly.
putting -4 in
just-
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
just
there's
rolled
also a
badly.
-2.
No, the -2 was just how badly you rolled. That's your result.
You rolled a
Yeah,
2
you
with
just
the
rolled
-4.
bad. You just rolled bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it made it
Okay.
-2.
So unfortunately, you just failed the roll. Okay, so you're just like flipping through the cameras, and you don't see anything. You don't see anything. You don't see her on the cameras, unfortunately. So Levi, you don't find any kind of like computer or anything like small handheld computer, but you do find a PDD device among the soldiers.
I'll walk it over.
Let me,
Hey, will this help, kid?
Unfortunately, no, it won't help him. PDDs are not designed for hacking, but
Yeah.
you guys could use to have one among your equipment. So
Just think, kid. If we live to get out of here, you can install a video game on it.
That's if.
all right.
Well, I have about 250 rounds of ammo here that says that we're going to make it out of here alive.
Oh, we better.
Anything else you want to do on the computer? Plenty of options.
Okay, so
Is there a personnel file that lists the employees that work there?
Sure. You can look through the personnel files of the lab assistants and the research and development. The bug lab. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I can't remember her name though.
Cannot remember her name. Okay.
Did we get a name?
We did, because Dale was wooing on her and how amazing she was. But I'm not even gonna roll to recall it because Aston wouldn't have listened to him enough to even give a fuck about what he was saying.
That's funny. Okay, thank goodness the GM did finally find it. Yes. Yes. Dr. Savannah Holmes. You pull up a description of her. She's got kind of like an auburn blondish hair, kind of shortcut, kind of like a bob cut, and kind of thin framed a little bit, and she just looks, like a probably late 20s, early 30s, lab assistant. Worked for Dr. Freeman, and she'd been employed there for 4 months.
Dale has low standards. Does it have information on her degree, what she studied, why she's here, what her tasks are?
Biology, physics, specifically biophysics.
Is there any way you can trace any logs or anything that she left on the computer talking about anything she was doing recently?
She's been shadowing Dr. Freeman a lot. She stayed by his side very closely the last few weeks. She's been inseparable from him, learning everything she could about him, and that the frequency he's been working on. Pretty much anytime he was working on it, she was logging into it with him on assisting him with it. So,
And have we heard anything of Dr. Freeman's fate?
well, you could check the last time they were logged to have been doing research on it, which was just a number of hours before everything went down.
Just looking down at Spencer, like, do that.
Okay. All right. So, Spencer, do you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you all see a scene where he fires up this device. He pretty much excited for his results. He's testing it on a small group of grubs inside some sort of. It looks kind of like one of those. It looks like a giant version of one of those bank tubes that you see that they use in a vacuum. But like a giant version of one of those, like a bank. But anyways, they're basically just like pointing this small version of it at them, these grubs, and then you essentially see these grubs just start fucking each other. Anyways,
I cover Spencer's eyes.
And he's very excited for the results. So everybody's like congratulating everyone on their great discovery and all this kind of stuff. And this goes on for like an hour as they're reading results and all this kind of thing like that. And then she's waiting for her moment. And this is only, at this point, only about a few hours before everything went down. And then just seemingly out of the blue, this is the camera feed from the Grub Lab. Seemingly out of the blue, she goes to a lockbox, draws out a small firearm, and just starts gunning down people in the lab, and including Dr. Friedman. And then she starts modifying the device, and this is around the same time stamp as when everything happened. And the signal gets modified, and they all become super aggressive.
And the way she's handling the firearm.
Oh, she's very calculated. She knows how to use it very, very adequately. Oh, and during this time, by the way, she put a new communicator on.
Is the machine that the scientists were fussing over that made the grubs horny, like a portable thing, like she could be taking it with her, or is it like a stationary thing?
No, it's a large computer device. It's a large terminal that can't be moved. It's in the Grub Lab.
That's what we need to go break, because that was the other part of this, is stopping that signal.
And can you pull up the camera feed for the lab to see, at least if we can get some sort of an idea of what we're walking into?
Yeah, this is one of the cameras, so you think you could just like pull up the rest of the cameras? Sure. All right, so you do a scan of the cameras in the lab, and all right, so the GM's going to pull a couple things up, so he can give you thorough results. He doesn't want to mess anything up for you. All right, so you get 2 computer lab rooms. One room with a monitoring station with some sort of cell, a large containment cell. You have no clue what that's for. It's currently unoccupied. You want to see a live feed of these?
Yes, live feed.
Okay. Well, this current containment cell then includes all the dead bodies.
Lovely.
And you see a feed of, it's just got a lot of beds and stuff in it. And then you see a room with It has 4 of those like big, basically like vacuum tubes for like you see in a bank, and then you see what looks to be some sort of containment unit. It has maybe a handful of these grubs that are wandering around it. Not very many, but they seem to have metallic devices strapped onto their backs. But there are not many left in it. It looks like it's meant to hold a lot more.
Not many, like 5-ish. Not many. Like
if you want to take time to count,
big.
if you guys spend some time to take count, but there's only like maybe 4 or 5 wandering around left in there.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
4
then
or
you
5.
see and it's hard to count them because they're kind of scurrying around, but you imagine it's like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It's definitely not many.
Okay.
And then you see the computer terminal where the device is probably operated from. And then you see another room, which is very strange because it's basically just a computer terminal. And then a round, I guess what you describe as essentially a catwalk around a massive pit that apparently goes several levels down to the earth and down what you would, I guess the best way to describe it would be it looks like it was probably like an old like missile silo, probably at some point. Yeah, and you see a big double sealed door in that room, and no one's in here right now.
And Spencer, can you tell from where we are now, from that video feed that we see in the terminal they were using to mess with that frequency, where that would be in relation to these doors that lead in from over here?
So basically, where that room is.
Yeah, can you
When
backtrack
we walk through
it,
the doors into that lab, where are we going to be at so we can get straight to that computer terminal and destroy it?
I mean, I imagine I can try.
Yeah, you can kind of backtrack to where you'll be coming in from.
Okay.
Yeah, you can figure that out. Sure. You could kind of navigate your way into this facility if that's what you're asking, based on the camera feed. Sure.
So we need to get in. We need to deal with the kamikaze grubs.
Hmm?
And we need to destroy that computer. And then we'll worry about getting out of here and dealing with our lady friend.
So she put on a communicator of some kind after she shot everybody.
She put it on shortly before she shot everybody.
Okay.
Player question: wasn't there some conversation about the possibility of her being like controlled externally or something like that? Or
Yes, Arthur mentioned it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, who is she communicating with? Question.
Yeah. And is there a way for you to block that communication, Spencer, Dale, whomever?
That's probably an electronics question. I mean,
I don't have a big 10K metal cage right now, so.
no. I mean, theoretically, it's a signal, so it can be blocked. Whether I can do it or not is.
Okay.
I doubt it.
So plan A is shoot her comm link if we see her / her.
I'll aim right for that ear.
Exactly.
If you hit her in the head, that's unacceptable.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah.
Okay. So Spencer, you can probably do something about those exploding grubs if they start trying to head towards us in a swarm, right? You did something before, right?
Yeah, you just kind of put an image in their head, make them afraid of something,
Okay.
and they just run away. Hopefully, it works.
Right.
But it doesn't always work.
Well, if there's nothing else for us to look at the terminal, let's head down there in hopes that we can only have to deal with those things while we try to kill the power or whatever to this machine, the grub machine kind of thing. And then get away from the rest of the exploding bugs and try and set up a trap for her. Right?
Well,
We've got 4 hours to kill.
Prefer to kill the hours than anybody else. So
I know, there's a lot of other ways I thought I was going to die. This was not one of them.
you're going to be fine, kid.
Yeah, tell me that in 4 hours. Okay, whatever. Just like stand up.
Such positivity.
Well, I'm a moody teenager. I like start rummaging around looking for food. There had to be a coffee pot in here somewhere. This is the cleric.
Sure, there's coffee there.
Oh yeah, totally get some.
There's a snack machine, but the power's off to it, right?
But what's the coffee made out of?
yeah, as you're drinking it, I'm kicking some guts that are on the ground. Like, yeah, just imagine what's all in that.
I'm like, hey, you guys want anything out of this snack machine? So I'm like, I can break into this thing.
We don't have time for that, Spencer. Come on, let's get going.
You don't have time for Cheetos. Like you guys are.
After we've dealt with Grubs and Psycho Lady, we can come back for Cheetos in our 4-hour quarantine time. I promise.
My dad used to say, you don't want to buy stock.
I don't know why your dad would ever say that, because if you're dead, it doesn't fucking matter.
How about we worry about doing the killing and not the dying?
Exactly. Let's keep moving.
Okay. So, the destination, I'm assuming, is Grub Lab, correct? Captain?
Yes.
All right. So you guys hustle on down to the Grub Lab, over the mountain of bodies, right?
How difficult is it to get this turret thing through the...
I forgot about that. So is one of you trying to and just try to drag it over the mountain of bodies?
I mean...
If it doesn't seem feasible, I say we stash the chair in a cubicle.
But I love the image of one of you guys getting blood all over you from just trying to drag the because it's nothing more than essentially. I would say it probably does.
Let me ask.
I'll say it does. I'll say it does the damage of a combat rifle, but it does rate of fire 4. Instead of 3, and it has no recoil. Okay. All right.
I kind of think speed is more important.
Yeah, but you can drag it over the bodies. I just love the image of someone getting covered with blood and guts as they're trying to drag it over this. And I'll say it has 1 more AP than a combat rifle. So.
If it's going to be too much of a hassle to do that, I would say let's stash the chair in a cubicle.
So
yeah, unless I don't think I would necessarily be able to do this, but unless we can hook up some motion sensor to it and point it, the way we came from, so that if she comes back this way, it just shoots at her.
One of you guys can just make an athletics check to see if you can heave it over there and carry it over there.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're just trying to get me to roll an athletics check. What?
Aston beat you to it there.
Nice.
So, all right. So, Aston, you heave it up over your shoulders and carry the chair and everything over all the bodies. So, at one point you have to get on your knees and climb over all the bodies, carrying the chair with you. So, good job. And you get it down the rest of the hall and on
Lift
your
with
way.
your legs, son. Your legs, not your back.
There you go.
No, you could
Captain
help me with
spoken.
this instead of watching.
He's on the other side of the pile of bodies, barking orders. So, nice. All right. So, you guys are on the other side. Continue on down to the grub lab. If you guys had stalled any longer, I would have had her make it back to the grub lab for you guys. I was like, all this vending machine talk and fucking hacking computers. I was like, she's going to get the power grid turned back on. Get back to the grubs before you guys are. Been fucking hilarious. All right. So you guys get to the grub lab and time to share some maps.
Maps.
Yeah, there's actually a combat map in this game.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Lord.
So, all right. I'm going to drop a link in chat. And you guys can just click the link.
Good. Big map.
Completely blocked all of... Oh. Shared it too big.
No such thing.
Well, on the stream it is. I blocked the chat log. You guys are coming in from this oh, I need to get some stuff out of the combat tracker. I don't think we'll run into combat just yet, but just in case. You guys are coming in from... Oh, Shaun's got a picture now for his character, don't he? I need to change his token. Oh, I don't have a work ready yet, do I? I need to make one. There we go. We got a square grid now. All right. You guys are coming in over here. The door swooshes behind you. All right.
Cool.
All right, Spencer. Where's the
I
computer
just
that we need
realized
to
you
break?
guys are kind of big for the chairs and shit. Hold on. Put you back out there. You guys are like... Why does it not want to line you guys up right? Oh well. Maybe it'll fix in a second. Anyways, so you guys are out there. Those are all the rooms that I described previously. So, what do you guys do?
Spencer, where's the computer we need to destroy?
I love it how you're not
So
wanting to
prob-
line up right.
Yeah, probably. Or we had that figured out previously, looking around on the computer. So, where is that in relation to us, Shane?
Which computer are you looking for?
The one that we were talking about destroying.
Oh, it's the
one that they use.
down where there were the four yellow things down at the bottom.
Okay. Like it should be down the hall and to the right.
Down this way.
Yeah.
And that's the one that they were using when they made the grubs all hot
Yep.
and bothered.
Yep.
Okay.
Made him want to do the nasty.
And
Made
we
him
first
want-
walk in here just from where we're standing at. Do we see any sort of like turret systems, any kind of security measures?
Make a notice roll at a -2 penalty. Because they're not exposed until they decide to be. You do not see any, unless you want to re-roll that.
Mm.
You do not see
I'll,
any.
I'll take one. I'll take one for the team. Maybe.
You do
I
not
don't see
see
shit.
any.
All right. Well, keep your eyes peeled. We need to make it
What
there.
is up with that square grid not putting your tokens? Right.
Destroy that, and then if we see any grubs moving about, call them out.
That square grid messing up. That square grid keeps messing up. Must fix. Well, I mean, what is it going to keep giving me trouble the entire game? You know? Whatever. Close enough.
Yeah.
Never have problems like that.
Levi,
Why
you're
is
so
Levi's
tiny.
Yeah.
tokens small? Alright, it's better now. Okay.
Okay.
Now. Okay. So what do you guys do? You're in here now.
Right.
You don't
You
have
guys
to
see
move.
Spencer.
By the way, just because I have a map out there does not mean you're moving on a combat map. You don't have to move
Sweet.
your tokens like inches. Okay. Like. So just tell me where you're going.
I want to come down here to this corner, not
Yes.
that one, the further one, and
Yes.
set up the turret. Point
Okay.
at the entrances to this room.
Okay. Okay. Well,
And wait
unfortunately,
for-
those little tube things are going to block line of sight there.
Oh,
They go up really
'cause they're
high.
floor to ceiling.
Really
Yeah, yeah.
high. They're like 12 feet tall or something. They hold
Dude,
like
we could
a ton
always
of
set it up
grubs.
like
Here.
here in the middle.
By the way, they have grubs in them right now.
That's what we have Spencer
And
for.
those grubs, by the way, are mad as well, no, sorry. They're not mad as shit right now. Because,
because the power's off.
yeah. But, yes.
Okay, good point.
Yes.
Okay. So you see Spencer, he's tactical. He's got his rifle up, clearing corners, moving all tactical.
Does he know what tactical is? Does he know how to move tactically?
I saw this in a video game. First person shooter, Shane.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he thinks
I
he's
know what
moving
I
tactically.
know what I'm doing.
Make
I know what
a
I'm
battle
doing.
roll. See if he actually is
Yes.
moving tactically.
I played Call of Duty 307.
I got
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. I was shooting aliens.
Just curious.
A 1.
This guy's gun like this.
Just
No,
standing back watching as he
So I
rolls
keep,
up to the.
the barrel keeps like going towards the ground. I can't even keep it up.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
I would like to stop pushing the chair for a second. Push the rifle.
Let's put a token
pointed-
out for the chair.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
Push the rifle towards the ground and say, "Don't put your finger on the trigger until
All
you're
right,
shooting
so
somebody."
Chair token. So chair. All right.
Okay. Mayhaps.
Where's Aston? Okay, there. Aston's there beside you. Where's Spencer? What is Spencer doing?
Okay, hold on. I gotta bring him down here.
Spencer, you're handling the computer, right?
I thought we were just destroying it.
Oh, right.
So Spencer's over here by the door, just
By the
making
way,
sure.
this is the containment unit that has the bugs strapped to the bombs.
Sweet. Okay, so all signs point to we should probably be more like at this corner, sort of with the turret, so that we could hit that door or the other door to the round room that we may not have seen yet. sort of thing. And right? Anybody else ideas?
So,
Well, you
the
believe
green
she'll be
room
coming
is
through the
where-
same door you came through.
Sorry.
You believe she'll be coming through the same door you came through.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Sweet. Oh,
Um,
because that other thing doesn't have a door. Oh, fine.
You don't know where
you
that
said-
goes.
Yeah.
You said the green room is where the explosive things were at?
The
bottom
containment
left.
unit. The containment unit
Yeah.
where I got that red arrow pointed to.
Okay.
Is where
And
the explosive
Well-
grubs are.
so when we seen those, were they out and about or were they actually in
They're
the...
in that little thing crawling around.
So unless someone opens the containment unit, we don't have to contend with them
You
just
want to go
yet.
look at it?
Not particularly. I'm trying to recall from the video feed.
It might help you to go look at it, but sure.
Ah, damn it, Shane. I'll go look.
I'm gonna go down there with him.
All right.
I'm up in this other corner where I can see the big doors open and see down the main hallway.
Let me move the camera up there. Okay, so you're putting the
sorry,
chair
yeah.
there.
Yeah, the
Okay.
hope is that we could be somewhat behind the corner.
The
kinda
chair
deal.
will be the chair will be the chair will be the first what do you call it? The vanguard, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, the first
She
line of
sees that
defense.
and sees a big face full of bullets
Okay,
is the plan.
and you'll go down first, fighting, basically.
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right. 10-4. Gotcha.
All right, Shane, what do
Okay,
we
now,
see?
Aston and Spencer go over there, and you see the dim glow of green light, which is kind of like casting like this green silhouette down on these 5 6-inch grubs that are just kind of like scurrying around down in the bottom of this containment unit. You believe containment unit at one time carried a shitload of grubs, like stacked on top of each other. You see a door that just slides open, but these 6-inch grubs appear to have small explosive devices attached on their back, which with an orange light attached to them. They probably have some sort of they do have some sort of like antennae attached to the metallic bomb device. And on the containment unit, there is some sort of control panel, and it's got a slab on it, which is the control panel is basically just a slab of like a composite, and a holo control scheme, and you see controls like that say stuff like enter command code. And essentially, you have to enter the command code before you can even operate and control the system. And it's got things on it that say like, "Step away from doors before you operate." It's got numerous hazards, signs, that sort of thing. And essentially, it looks like it can be operated from here using a control code. So.
From the doorway, can I see that like
and it
control
looks like.
panel?
Sorry, yes, you can. I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm describing everything from where you're standing there on the screen.
I'm gonna shoot the control panel.
Well, I was actually going to say that the control
works.
panel is nothing more than a slab with a holo, but you see wiring that goes to the back of the slab that goes to the doorway. So if you want to shoot the wiring, go right ahead. That'll probably destroy the control panel.
Okay. But shooting the slab itself wouldn't do it?
It would shooting the slab itself would make it uncontrollable. Yes. It'd make the slab stop working.
But then
It
it can
might
still be
also just be a-
remotely.
Might also be a power cable.
You want to check and see if there's a power control?
No, I'm watching
Get
the door.
closer and I'm actually asking Aston if he wants to see if there's a way to like a power supply to the.
My initial instinct is to shoot the damn hollow.
Sure. Open fire. All right, so I won't make a shooting roll for that. So you just open fire and you shoot it, and all right. Actually,
You guys okay down there?
do make a shooting roll because if you critical fail. Okay. All right. So as long as you don't critically fail. All right. So you shoot the holos controls and everything just gets exploded. All the grubs kind of like shriek and they recoil to the back. The holo controls are damaged. You actually did catch some of the cables and the wiring. Everything just kind of puffs in smoke. You actually catch some of the green lighting inside. Everything appears to be heavily damaged, and you don't think it's functioning anymore. But
I just like to think that like we're walking over there and Spencer's like explaining to me what he's seeing, and I just pull out the gun mid-sentence without warning and just.
Nice.
Yeah.
You use the impact pistol?
Yep.
Yeah. So it definitely did some serious damage. Yeah.
Well, looks like one problem's taken care of. You want to go take care of the computer now?
Yes. Okay, so like turn around and like run over there.
I comms over to Levi like, I think that I might have solved our grub problem. At least one of them.
So when you guys are on your way over the computer, unfortunately, Levi, you hear the doors swoosh open, and someone has arrived, and so we're going to throw her into the combat tracker, and I want you guys to put. Actually, I'll just put your characters. So your character is en route to the computer as this occurs. So we'll put your characters, I guess, about here. I'm assuming you're walking in tandem with each other. And that looks about right.
It definitely sounded like Spencer was all gung-ho to run over and shoot the computer.
Yeah.
I want to shoot something, and it's really easy if it's an inanimate object.
Yeah.
If he's running with the combat rifle, I'm standing a few steps behind him.
I will trip and kill myself, yes.
All right. Okay. So we have a new person in the combat tracker. And we will put them up on the map.
And with it being as quiet as it is in here, would we all have heard that door open?
It occurred right after you fired that shot. So you fired that shot, and then we heard. So, yeah, sure. So you guys probably heard it more faintly though, because there's a pair of doors between you two. But yeah, for sure.
Okay.
All right. So
Levi
Roosevelt. So Levi Roosevelt. You got first initiative. The doors swish open. Actually, she's probably right there. The doors swished open. So, and while he's already targeting her, he's ready to go. Okay, so let me move the screen up there so everybody can see what's happening on the stream. So yeah, okay. So Levi, what do you do, man? So let me
So
the weapon is a rate of fire 4, and it has one higher AP than a combat rifle, and it's same damage. So. And it has no recoil. Well, as long as you're holding that, yeah, as long as you're behind that chair, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the original plan was, as soon as something opens that door, was to just hold the trigger down.
So you've been sitting there patiently waiting?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Make a battle roll.
Uh-oh.
Let's just see how patient you've been. Actually, make a spirit roll. Spirit's probably more appropriate. Spirit represents resolve, determination. So
Spirit, it's the same exact roll, I think. Ends up the same.
Yeah, we'll say that you kind of got a little antsy, and you've been checking in on them, and we'll say that you we'll just treat combat rolls like normal, You still got the first initiative, but you don't get any bonuses.
Okay.
But I was gonna give you bonuses if you got like an actual, like got an actual success on this. But
Check.
But like essentially, you've been like checking in on them, like how things are going and stuff like that, because you got kind of antsy and stuff. So, all right,
Okay.
got you. All right,
So
you got distracted playing captain. All right,
exactly.
okay.
I am trying to double check, but I think
Do you need to add a new weapon to your inventory for that thing? Would it be a good idea?
I was going to do that in a sec. I think the main role is just going to be a shooting at -2 for all 4 of them, and it uses a lot of bullets effectively.
Why is the shooting at a -2?
I thought that's what happens when you get when you get higher rate of fire. I could be wrong. It might be a different reason. My other stuff has a -2, the higher rate of fire.
It's because of recoil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't get recoil though with it. Yep.
So it's
Straight shoot?
0. Yep, just straight shoot.
Yep.
Shoot. There it is. Bang! Well, a rate of fire 4.
Yeah, if you're doing a high rate of fire, you need to roll it all together now.
Check. But it's just all 4. It doesn't take multi-action, or does it? I don't think it does.
Yeah, with rate of fire, all you do is you right-click multiple times.
1,
For
2,
each
3,
attack.
4.
So you.
Yeah, sorry. I set all that up for my pistols the other way. So there's 4. Yeah.
Did it do it correctly there?
I think so. I mean, shooting and then I right-clicked.
Okay, it did. All right,
4.
Good deal. Okay, so we got 2 hits in there.
Yeah.
2 hits in there. Nice. All right, very cool.
Yeah, it's only a D8. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Is there a reason why you didn't? Did you roll in the chat log or target or combat tracker?
I rolled on the chat log, but I thought I had her targeted.
Yeah, you did.
So I don't
know why it didn't work.
I rolled it in the chat log, not on the thing.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you can do damage directly to her in the combat tracker.
You say that. Crap.
You didn't get any raises.
This is where I need damage.
Just roll damage. No boost die. So you didn't get any raises. So.
What is the damage for?
It'll just be 2d8, and I'll actually let me just go ahead and add that weapon to you. Actually.
Yeah.
If we survive this, we're gonna have to bring this thing with us on all our adventures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get a nice spray paint.
Yeah, it's really heavy and it's made for mounting, so it's not really going to be really effective for you to carry it around. So, hold on, I'm not done with it yet.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hold on. All right.
I mean, I don't hate that roll though.
Yeah, because its weight's like 40 pounds or something like that, or 30 pounds or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Levi can lug that around no problem.
Well, I don't know about that, but
right
I can roll it on a rolling chair all day long. Sure, why not?
Rate of fire. And under gear, you might want to put it as not carried. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
All right, and now everything should be calculated correctly. It should be under. Oh, it doesn't show up on your. Doesn't show up on your tax. Okay, then I will actually change the weight then. I will manually change the weight. It makes sense why it wouldn't show up on your combat tab.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
I'll just change the weight to 0. There you go. Weight 0.
Okay.
We fixed it.
Okay. Do you need to do something with that one roll that I already put on her? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's fine, and I'll just roll this second hit.
I believe it. I believe it's legit. But let me roll I want to spend a GM Benny.
Okay.
And I'm gonna spend a soak roll.
Yeah.
Oh, I just spent 2. I didn't see
Oh,
it.
darn.
No take backsies.
Yeah, no, I can just decide I wanted it. So I'm going to spend a soak roll, and she's going to spend a vigor on this, soaking it. So
boo.
yep. So she
I got a question.
soaks
Can I
it
use
up.
a Benny to squelch your Benny?
No, it doesn't
Okay.
work that way. Yeah, GMs are kind of disadvantaged when it comes to that kind of stuff. Oh no, that's not the way it works.
So then I just roll the damage again for the second hit, right?
Hold on, I'm trying to check out something here.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, I soaked it. All right.
So that one unharmed.
Aha, aha. Okay, so you unload the multi cannon at her, and at the last moment, a shot that would have just you feel like would have just murdered her. It was a dead shot, and instead turns into a grazing one as she just luckily dives back around the corner of the doors, whoosh, open at just the right time, and she saves herself from a blistering death. And she barely scrapes by. And so, do you have any other actions?
No, I don't think so because I didn't do
Okay.
any multi-action penalties.
Okay.
So
All right. Okay. All right. So GM finally used a GM Benny. I think I've never hardly ever used them. So, all right. So Spencer Witt. Apparently, you hear Levi firing up that multi cannon down the hallway. We have the bad guy here now. What do you do, Spencer?
I'm just going to shoot at the computer real quick.
Just from here?
Yeah, just to take care of it. And
Okay.
then I'm going to start booking it towards Levi.
All right. Cool. Okay.
So,
Just make a shooting roll for me just to make sure you don't get a critical failure.
Okay.
Please don't get a critical failure.
Oh, fuck me. I don't even have the shooting skill. But this is why God invented bennies.
You can't Vinny a critical failure.
Oh, you can't.
Nope. All right. So, all right. Well, you get a 1. Yeah, you open fire and you hit the computer screen. So, I'm gonna say that. You know what? I did tell you just to see if you don't get a critical failure. So I'll say that it hits the computer. You've damaged the computer. So.
Okay.
All right.
Knocks me back.
I say you damaged the computer.
Okay.
That's all I'll tell you.
Shane, how about this? Use it to however you will, but if he's shooting an assault rifle, I'm thinking that thing he aimed and it hit and it kicked up the wall.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. It started to climb after I started shooting.
Sure. It probably did that. It probably climbed and up the wall. But
Shane already has some nasty idea in his head. You can see from the smile on his face.
Damaged the computer. I'll leave it to you guys on that. So, Aston, what do you do?
Can I make a notice roll to see like if I know it didn't do much damage?
Nope. Your ass is on the ground. You terribly control. You're what is it? What does they call that? Controlled fire. What is it? What do they call that? Your weapon discipline is terrible. Your firearm discipline is terrible. All right, so Aston, what do you do?
I want to come over toward Levi and just yell, like, what the hell's going on? Is she here?
What do you say?
I say unmute, and then I say she's at the door.
You don't have to say unmute. It just talk. It works. It's fine. All right, I'm headed that way. Mostly, I just want to kind of make my way as close to that corner as possible.
All right.
But I don't want to get in the way of the turret.
Okay, so you can on the pace on the combat grid in this game, you can move 6 inches your normal pace, and if you want to move more than that in your combat turn, you have to take a running action, which means you roll the running die. So, and running die is that beside your pace on your derived stats on your traits tab, you basically just pick up that square, brown square. That's your running die. It's a d6. You can roll that if you take the running action. Sorry, running isn't an action. It's just you can pick up the running die and run more.
I got you. So you said 6 inches. What would that be actually with per grid? Because if I'm zoomed in,
no, 6 inches on the grid. So each spot is an inch.
Okay,
So,
I got you.
Yeah, it's assuming that you're playing on a square grid of an inch is, you know.
Okay.
Like D&D, 5 feet is an inch. So 6 spaces.
Yep. I'll take just the normal move. I'll just move myself up to here.
So you whoosh open the door and then you shout at Levi, essentially.
Well, calm him and then move over. Yeah. And then essentially I'm kind of like in that threshold there, like waiting to see what happens. I'm kind of looking to him towards some sort of like visual confirmation of what he wants me to do.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you sure you don't want to run in? I mean, unless you have other ideas what to do. Wouldn't hurt.
I think I'm all right. I'm going to try to keep an eye on the kid laying on the ground with an AK and my baby turret.
Okay. All right. Okay. Because the most you can run with is another 6. I just want to point that out. Okay. All right. So the next action is the lab assistant. So the lab assistant moves in up to here. Trying to use cover here. Can't get much in the way of cover, which only provides her a -2. And she's going to fire at you. I'll say that the gun gives you -2 cover. All right.
Cool.
Okay, so why don't I'm just going to go ahead and add cover to you. All right, so cover is right here, and apply that automatically to you, so we don't have to keep rolling it. There we go. Now she got to get targeted, and she lifts up her slung laser rifle and opens fire on you. And let me double check the laser rifle on its rate of fire. Rate of fire 3.
I think it's pretty weak against wheelie chairs, though.
Yeah, hopefully so.
I heard that too.
Hopefully so. And she is going to open fire with all 3, and she's going to overcharge every shot. Let's see how this goes. And that would be... Two hits. No raises, though. All right.
Okay. This is the first combat I've done in a really long time in Savage Worlds. What do I do? How do I have to spend a Benny to try and soak those, or?
You can.
Can.
Well, once I do damage, you can. Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Crap, yeah, damage. That's where the problem comes in.
Or potentially no problem.
Yeah, because I do actually have armor on, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Granted, it's
Because
an
this
overcharge.
because this will hurt. Because it's going to do 46.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, this will just do 3d6. She didn't do any raises. So, all right. Thank goodness she didn't do any raises. Right. All right. So this
Low
one,
numbers.
first one will do.
That's not low.
Actually, it's good.
It is kind of, yeah.
It's good for you. Unharmed.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. That worked out well for you. None of those were. None of those got aced really good. So, all right. So sweet. She hit you with a laser rifle twice. Overcharged them both. I said laser rifle like I'm what's his name from
Elmer
Looney
Fudd.
Tunes. Elmer Fudd. Thank you. And but she hit you square, bro. That armor saved you, man. That armor saved you, dude. You got a toughness of 14. Nice.
Well, I mean, that's just the armor, right? Where'd my inventory go?
Oh,
I don't think it's just the armor.
Its tactical armor is 3 and a. Well, it's
You're-
adding the battle helmet and tactical armor together.
Oh, yeah. You
The
shouldn't be
helmet
that
is
high.
just for
You
the
shouldn't be
head.
that high. Wait, your battle helmet's +6?
That's what it said, I assume.
Uh,
Because I just
I
dragged
don't think
those things
I don't think
in.
I have an armor that does +6, do I? Oh, you bought. Oh, yeah, that's just for head. Yeah, someone has to be
Yeah.
targeting your head. Yeah, for that. Yeah, you shouldn't be that high. I knew something was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of those, I think, should have went through. But you think you should just be just shaken. So yeah, uncheck that battle helmet. So what is your armor now?
8? The toughness is 8.
What?
What? So the tactical armor, it says it's a armor of +3. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it was adding the 6 to. Okay, so your vigor is. Sorry, we're slowing things down. We got to get an answer to this. Okay.
Vigor is 6.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was seeming a little high. Yeah, it was seeming a little crazy high. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you were seeming pretty crazy high. Okay, so 6, so half of that, 3 plus 2. So 3 plus 2
So
is
both
5.
of those would have hit, wouldn't it?
So
Yeah.
3 plus 2 is 5. That's hard. And then the armor.
It's
And
3.
Yep. You're just 8.
Yep.
So yeah, you would have been shaken by the first one.
Okay.
And then the second one would have given you 2 wounds then because you'd been shaken by the first one. So do you want to soak the second one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you want to make a soak roll? All right. Make a soak roll then.
That's the one that
Spin a
costs a
Benny.
Benny, right?
Yeah.
Spin a Benny. And wrong button. Soak roll is just a vigor, right?
Yes.
Which sucks because this is where the elderly part actually shows up. Oh,
Recoil.
what? I don't know why. I mean, I still didn't get a 4, but I don't know what that recoil came from. Other than me messing with.
Those overcharged shots hit you so hard, you get a recoil just trying to save from it.
Apparently.
All right. Well, unfortunately, then you now have 2 wounds and are shaken. All right. So
Why did it be 2 instead of because it beat
because you were already shaken, and it would have applied a 1 wound, and then it beat you with a raise, so it applied 2.
right. Okay, cool.
Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so instead of what you saw, Aston, when you came around the corner, was you saw Levi mortally wounded. Does that make sense?
I don't like it, but it makes sense.
Okay. All right. And you see her come up. All right. No, it's actually not her turn again. Because that's what she did. She shot him. And Aston's turn. Because of the Savage Worlds Cards Initiative. Aston, your friend's taking a beating out there
So
by himself.
from where I'm standing at, do any of these like computer rooms is there glass that I can see through this, or are these solid walls?
Sure, we can see there's glass. Sure.
Like so I can see her through it?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll say that you don't know if they're ballistic glass. We don't know if they're like shoot through glass. We don't know, but
Yeah. Okay.
but you can definitely see her. Sure.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna take a step into the room a little bit to make sure like she sees me
Sure.
and just yell out. So what's the plan here?
Interesting. So you're trying to draw her attention.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So this is actually I forgot at the end of the turn order I was going to actually go to break. So at the beginning of the new combat turn. So that's what your plan is, to draw her attention. And we'll actually do your whole turn since we're already on it. So do you have an actual action you want to take, though, besides trying to draw attention?
I'm trying to engage in conversation right now. I'm trying to get her
so you're trying to persuade, intimidate, trying to...
I don't know. I would need to gauge a response from her before I could do one of those. Yeah.
Is that a distract roll? Trying to give her the distracted condition? Actually, it's a great time to talk about distracted and vulnerable. Actually, we'll come back to that because that's a great time to talk about the distracted and vulnerable conditions. So, we'll come back to that and after the break. So
yeah. Let's do break and that'll give me time to think.
So, all right. So, let's go to the break and then we'll come back and talk about what we can do for that on the stream. So, all right. So let's just come right back. So, all right. So, see y'all in a minute.
Okay.